Most before I get started, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Wahar Chakadash, which Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, that's whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, it's his true name, and the Rachakwadash, that is the Holy Spirit. And I would like to also give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. And I just want to do a quick lesson. As you see in the title, you cannot shortcut your way into salvation. And I was watching a couple lessons these past few days concerning these guys. You got Sakari, you got Genesis, you can add IUIC, ISUPK, all these different groups. And what I noticed about them all is they basically do things for filthy lucre's sake. Okay, everything's a money grab. It's always some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Some type of gimmick. All right, so they can make money. And then you had the elder Manat Zakba. He did a video, I believe it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, about how we're not even gonna call him Elazar anymore. We're gonna call him by his his alias name, Gorilla Hebrew, right? Because he doesn't deserve a Hebrew name. After the scandals that he's been in, all right, throughout the years. But point being though is that he had these Masonic poses, okay, and he's probably plugged up, all right. He probably got approached, and he probably took the bag, he's living very comfortably, you see. All right, but look, you can't shortcut your way to salvation, and you got to go through the straight gate, as the scriptures talk about. Which a lot of guys, they don't want to deal with the straight gate because it deals with what? Bitterness, hardships, okay, being uncomfortable. You see, and that's something that we're gonna have to deal with, regardless if we like it or not. You see. All right, but let me get that scripture where it talks about the straight gate. All right, this is Matthew chapter 7. I'm gonna start at I'll get to the point. 13. This is Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. Enter ye at the straight gate, and that straight is not talking about like a direct line, so to speak. All right, that word straight is going into a path of difficulty, because that's what that word means. All right. You can't take the easy way, the easy route in this thing. Lord willing, I'll grab that second Ezra, the second chapter. It talks about how this is Israel's portion, right? To basically, deal with the hardships. We'll get into that a little later. This is something that we have to deal with as a nation, actually. It's not just the elect, all right? Our nation as a whole has to deal with, this portion. You see? This is what we got to go through before we get into the kingdom. But see, the only difference between the elect and the 2/3 is the elect is going to deal with it head on. See, the 2/3, they want to run away from the challenge, all right, that's in front of them. You see? But let me keep reading. It says, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. And you see a lot of our people, they're gonna go to the broad way, all right, because they get a little bit of money, they can have a little bit of fun, so to speak, all right. They can do what they want, do as thou wilt. You know what I'm saying? That's why they decided to choose that route. Instead of getting this truth, repenting, changing their ways. This is hard. All right, but I'll say this: it's doable, and the reason why it's doable is because we have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. Hey, but like the elder brother Murph out here says, if this was such an easy thing, everybody would be doing it. But clearly, it isn't. You see? All right. But let's keep reading. This is Matthew 7:14 now. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And you see, even though that straight gate, all right, you know, it has, it's times where things are hard, you feel uncomfortable, you know, you just want things to end. Look, it's worth it at the end of the day, because look, you're really finding life. All right, you see, 2/3 of our people, they haven't found life. Look at all our all our people of our nation that actually have a little something in this world. All right. At the end of the day, they're depressed. A lot of them commit suicide. Okay, a lot of them actually lose money, all their riches. Their name gets, thrown in the mud. They don't escape, because at the end of the day, they can't escape the curses. Because look, you're going to deal with Deuteronomy 28, verses 1 through verses 15 through 68. All right, until Yahweh Shai comes back, you're going to deal with that. Okay, and then also, hey, there's curses all throughout the Bible. So let me rephrase it. You're going to deal with the curses in the entire Bible, whether you like it or not. Okay, until this thing is done. You see? But our people, they keep trying to run away from it. Then they make deals with whom? The devil. All right, Esau, Edom. That agreement with hell, that agreement with death, that's spoken about in the book of Isaiah. You see? They take that deal and they think they could, run away from it. Well, I'll be good. The rest of my people are going to have to suffer and be at the bottom, but I'll be good. No. Look, because when Esau wants to get freaky with you, do some freaky and creepy stuff behind closed doors, guess what? You got to answer that phone call and go attend, one of these parties, man. An all-white party. You know what I'm saying? You see? That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get on camera, okay, and promote whatever he wants you to push out there. You see? That's what you're going to have to do, whether you like it or not. And if you get out of line, hey, all of a sudden now you owe us back taxes. You've been, you've been not paying your taxes. Watch, you see that all the time, okay? That happens. All of a sudden, you got relationship issues. You're abusive. If that doesn't happen, all of a sudden now you're crazy. You see, that's what Esau does. And he takes you out eventually. All right, which is ultimately Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But going back, to what I said earlier, you got actual Israelite camps that have sold out. Okay? And you can see it. It's evident, man. If you got spiritual eyes and spirit, to see these things, spiritual ears to hear, you can see and hear these things. The way they talk, the way they move, the way they pose. All right? I'm not saying that they got perfect lives, but man, these guys, a lot of them are real smooth. All right? It's peaches and creams down there. All right? So that shows you that there's something off about them. All right? I said the elder was getting into breaking down all these photos that the gorilla Hebrew took. He's got Masonic poses. You got they got what's that dude's name? Hakar, all right, from Genesis. His garments got basically they look like Mason uniforms, all right, but with just a little bit of color in it. You know what I'm saying? You see? same with Nate. And you look at ISHB, all these guys. Look, man, they took the bag. All right, it's evident, man. How much more do you need for them to literally come out there and say it? But you know they're not. All right. Let me get this. I mentioned it earlier. This is 2 Ezra 7. Let me just start at 1. We'll just get a couple verses from here. 2 Ezra 7 and 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night afar. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak out, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the caves, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded. It's set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things. And that's talking about the kingdom, okay? Which that's what we're fighting to get into. You see? Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. All right, and you see, look, there's many trials and temptations that we got to deal with. Okay, look, it's easy to fall to the right or to the left in this thing, you know. And the only way that we're gonna get out of this is through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. Hey, but we got to play our part. We got to keep fighting. You know, we can't give in to temptation, even when things are looking bad, man. All right, even if you're going through straight hell, and best believe you're gonna go through it. And there's times where the Lord, man, look, man, he starts, hey, man, he starts packing you up, man. All right. All of a sudden, you start dealing with illness. All right. Hey, your car breaks down. Hey, your woman might step out on you. Hey, your children might buck up against you. You might get fired. All right, whatever it is, man. You might deal with several things at once, and not only at the same time, it might be for a decent duration too. It might not just be, you know, something that happens. All right, you know, overnight, 1, 2, 3, it's done. No, it could hit you for several months. Shit, fuck it, several years. All right. Hey, this stuff occurs, man. All right. You see, but you got to keep your integrity. That's what it all comes down to. Are you gonna have integrity? Are you still gonna praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? Hey, you got to be like Job. What did he say to his wife? Are we not gonna receive? How's that word? It's Salakia. Basically, he said, "Are we not gonna receive evil as well? You know, you're not just gonna receive the good." Okay. Here we go. This is Job 2 and 10. But he said unto her, and this is Job speaking, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips? Exactly. All right. He didn't curse the Most High. Hey, he took it like a man. But hey, he had to check his woman, man. Because, you know, these women, they don't like dealing with, you know, being uncomfortable. Everything has to be a goddamn, you know, Disney movie for them. All right? You know what I'm saying? Just some fantasy. Just you know what I'm saying? These women, man. Hell, let's not talk about that, because we can go on for days, you know, about them. All right? But point being, though, is, hey look, you're going to receive both the good and the evil from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You got to, because the Lord's all about balance. He wants you to experience both things. Now, I'll say this. Does the Lord, from time to time bless you? Yeah, of course. And there's times where the Lord gives you women, all right, money, promotions, all right, cars, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Lord does these things. Yeah, but you best believe you're gonna deal with that bitterness, man, which a lot of guys are trying to run away from. All right, but let me go back to that Second Ezra 7, and I'll read 7 again. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And you see, there's only one path. You can't go anywhere else. You got to deal with the straight gate. All right, that narrow path. That's it. You, Lord willing, I'm gonna get that John 10 as well, because it talks about basically you got to go through that door. Look, you got to go through the front door. You can't go through, all right, the back door, all right, the back porch, a side door, a side window. Because out here, I don't know how it is, in other cities, but hey, we got that in these older homes out here in Chicago. You got what that cellar door, all right, that leads to the basement. You can't be going through that. No, man, you got to go through the front door. Because if you go through any of these other ways, you're considered a thief, all right? A robber, a murderer, as it says in John 10. All right? But let me keep reading. And it said there, what? It's so small that only one man can go there at once. So basically, as the scriptures say, you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Hey, this thing is between you and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now, of course, are there times where, you interact with your coworkers, so to speak, which are the brothers? Yes. Because the scriptures talk about how we got to bear each other's burdens. We got to help each other out. All right. We got to, mix and mingle with each other, so to speak. All right, to hear rebukes, give rebukes, get breakdowns, get more understanding. All right, show brotherly love towards one another, have that charity. You see, but at the end of the day, it is between you and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, but I'll say this. Because as the Elder Yak likes to say a lot, there's an order to this thing. There's a rank and file, right? Now look, there's going to be a man that's above you. Follow that man. He's clearly doing something right. And scriptures talk about Mark the perfect man. Follow that man that's doing the right thing. Hey, you see him being successful in this truth, follow that man, okay? And I guarantee you, guess what? He's gonna have somebody in front of him, so on and so forth, right? Until you get to because if you got spiritual eyes and spiritual ears, right? We in the spiritual mind, we understand that the Apostle Tahar is the leader right now of the nation of Israel, okay? And guess what? He followed his elders, okay? And guess what? They're following Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. At the end of the day, the elect is going to follow the Lamb wheresoever he goeth, as the scriptures say in Revelation, the 14th chapter. Okay? You see? All right? But, hey, you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Your faith in your works is what's going to get you out of here. That's 2 Ezra 9. But let me keep reading. This is 2 Ezra 7 and 9. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion. So we got to deal with the hardships, the bitterness, the trials, the tribulation. The scriptures talk about what? This is the furnace of adversity, the furnace of affliction. Okay? You got to deal with that. But like I mentioned, You got these other camps, right? They don't want to deal with it. They're basically tired of waiting for the Lord. All right, and that's why the scriptures in Sirach 2:10 talk about what woe to him that have lost patience. All right, I believe it's 2:10, or is it 2:14? All right, I know it's in the second chapter for sure. I think maybe it's 2:13, starting at 13. But point being though, it says what? Woe to them that have lost patience. A lot of guys lose patience and then they sell out or they drop out of this thing. You see? Now some guys, they actually get approached and it looks like, you know, the Gorilla Hebrew, all right, and his, you know, former friends, whatever you want to call them, right? It looks like they've taken the bag, you know, because you got to remember these guys are still in the world, right? You know, they want to be Hebrews and Hellcats. You know, these guys want to be, you know, rappers, entertainers, R&B singers. You know what I'm saying? Look at them. Their deeds show what they're about. All right. So it's not far-fetched that they would do, you know, these type of things. You see? That's not far-fetched. They've been wanting it forever. Okay? See, they want to live a particular lifestyle. You see? So hey, they're willing to, you know, change the doctrine. They're willing not to use the names anymore. They do some vile, freaky, and creepy stuff behind closed doors. You see what I'm saying? They're willing to do these things. Hey, I got the bag now. Okay? And I got a mansion in Atlanta. I got about four cars, 4 or 5 luxury cars. I got all this ice on my, you know, around my neck. You know, I got, you know, I got the freshest, you know, kicks with the freshest outfit every goddamn video you see me in. You see? All right. So, you know, like I said, it's pretty evident that they, you know, that they've done some, you know, some for, you know, a little bit of change, man. Hey, but at the end of the day, you know, let me get that. Oh man, what is that? Isaiah, I think was it the 28th chapter? Let me get that. Hey, the Lord's gonna disannul, all right, this covenant that they've made with death. All right. Yeah, let me get this. This is Isaiah chapter 28, verse. I'll start at 14. Isaiah 28 and 14. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord. The word of the Lord, Slagi. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. And are they not rulers, right? Are they not top men? You see? But they're scornful men. These aren't really the men of the Lord. These are wolves in sheep's clothing, as the scriptures say. Okay? Let me keep reading. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, which that represents Esau, and with the hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that's what these guys do, all right? You know, starting with these, you know, entertainers, right? These, you know, professional athletes, musicians, actors, politicians, etc., right? But it even goes into a lot of our people, man. You know, when I say our people, I'm talking about they of the circumcision. A lot of these guys that call themselves Israelites. You know, they really believe that if they sell out, they're going to be good. And look, man, the Lord is going to use Esau. Well, first off, well, that is true. The Lord's going to use Esau. Esau's going to renege, all right, in these contracts with you, so to speak, right? And he's going to destroy you. He's going to throw you under the bus, man. It's not going to end good with these guys. They don't have a covering. You see, we do, though. We that are truly serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we have a covering. They don't. They don't, man. And they're going to be in a rude awakening very soon. See? Let me keep reading. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judge, and that's talking about Yahweh Shai, by the way. Verse 17. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place, talking about the truth, okay? And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through it, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Exactly. The Lord is going to allow Esau to have his way with you. They're not escaping the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Look, the Lord exposed, or I'll say exposed, and has been exposing these guys for a long time. Okay? And is going to continue to expose these people until it's the end, man. They got to be naked. You know what I'm saying? They got to be made bare. Just like Esau, just like their daddy Eve, man. Being made bare. You see? All right? And I'm telling you, man, the Lord, but I'll say this, man, it's getting to a point, though, where the Lord is really going to start taking dudes out, like, just deleting people. And they're going to be public examples. All right? Public examples of what not to be. Okay, but let me get this John real quick. Because at the end of the day, there's only one way. That's it. Let me get this. This is John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. Okay? And that's the elect. All right? The elect are those sheep that are going to follow the shepherd's voice, which is Yahweh Shai. You see? And each elect member, they're going to go through that door. Okay? That right door. They're not going to go some other way. You see? See, these other guys, they started going around, like I said, the back, the side, trying to get on the, on the porch, trying to get some other way. And then they started hearing somebody else's voice. It sounded good to them. Just like when Eve started listening to the serpent's voice. That's these guys too. Hey, they're an unfaithful woman. Like I said, a lot of these guys, even I'll say this, some of them definitely have sold out to Eve for sure. They got they had a sit down, talked about it, and made a deal, right? But some of these guys, even if they didn't physically sit down with Esau, they're still spiritually listening to the God of this world, right? Which is E. That's why they buck up, right? They don't want to follow the doctrine. They switch it up. They don't want to continue in this faith anymore. Because this is better. According to them, in their eyes, this is better. These ways are better. They're going to find out it's not. All right, I'm going to finish this out. I'm going to read a few more verses. And it says, this parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood not which things they were which he spake unto them. Then said Yahushua unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture. All right, so you see, if you go through that door, you're going to find life. Okay? You're going to be saved. But this all ties in with what? The straight gate. Okay? The narrow path. It's not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to feel uncomfortable in this thing. You see, you're going to have to deal with a lot of trials and tribulations. At the end of the day, what? You're going to have to bear your cross. Right? And you're going to have to, in order to get saved, you have to do what? Endure until the end. So you're just going to have to keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny, man. All right? You see? And look, if the Spirit's on you, you're going to keep going. You're going to be like what, like Jeremiah. What did it say? Something under the lines of it was like a fire burning in him. And he had to go out there and preach. He had to keep doing the work of the Lord. You see? True man of the Lord, he's not going to stop, nor does he want to stop. Okay? But, man, John 10's heavy. But yeah, you know, I'm going to end it there. You know, it was just something that was on my mind. Like I said, I watched a couple videos on these guys. You know, I was meditating on some things. You know, and like I said, what I noticed with these other camps, they're trying to shortcut their way, all right, you know, into the kingdom, you know, getting salvation, but it can't happen, all right. But you know, I'm gonna end this lesson. Hopefully, it was an edifying one to whom whoever's listening, all right. And with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. Shalom.